Welcome back to The Honest Exchange, where we have real conversations about relationships, marriage, and building stronger connections. If you've ever found yourself thinking, if my spouse really loved me, they would just know what I need, this video is for you. Today, we're talking about one of the most common yet overlooked conflicts in marriage: unmet expectations. Specifically, expecting your spouse to know somehow what you're feeling, what you need, or what you're hoping for without ever communicating it. And if we're being honest, almost every married couple has struggled with this at some point. Let's talk about why it happens, how it affects your relationship, and what you can do to create a healthier, stronger marriage. One of the biggest traps in marriage is believing that love automatically creates mind-reading abilities. Many of us walk into marriage carrying expectations we never clearly express. We expect our spouse to know when we're overwhelmed. We expect them to notice when we're hurt. We expect them to understand what makes us feel loved. The problem is that expectations often live inside our heads while our spouse is living in an entirely different reality. They may genuinely care about us and still have absolutely no idea what we're thinking. When those expectations go unmet, resentment begins to grow, not because our spouse intentionally failed us, but because they were never given a fair opportunity to succeed. What makes unmet expectations so dangerous is that the conflict usually isn't about the actual issue. Maybe you hoped your spouse would help more around the house. Maybe you wanted them to plan a date night. Maybe you were hoping they'd recognize that you've had a difficult week. Instead of expressing that need directly, we wait and wait and wait. Eventually, the disappointment becomes frustration, and the frustration becomes anger. Then one small disagreement suddenly explodes into a much larger argument. The spouse on the receiving end is left wondering, where did all of this come from? The answer is often months or even years of unspoken expectations piling up beneath the surface. Here's something many couples don't realize. Your spouse may show love differently than you receive love. You may feel loved through quality time. They may express love through acts of service. You may want encouraging words. They may assume working hard and providing support is enough. Neither person is necessarily wrong. They're simply speaking different relationship languages. This is why communication is so important. Your spouse cannot meet needs they don't understand, and they can't fix problems they don't know exist. Healthy marriages aren't built on assumptions, they're built on clarity. Instead of saying, "You never help me," try saying, "I've been feeling overwhelmed lately. Could you help me with dinner a few nights this week?" Instead of thinking, "If they loved me, they'd know I need support," try saying, "I'm having a difficult day and could really use some encouragement." Notice the difference. One approach creates confusion, the other creates understanding. Healthy communication isn't demanding, it's inviting your spouse into your world. It's allowing them to show up for you. And most of the time, loving spouses want to help, they simply need direction. Many people avoid communicating their needs because they're afraid of rejection, afraid of feeling needy, afraid their spouse won't respond the way they hope. But vulnerability is one of the greatest gifts you can offer your marriage. When you communicate honestly, you're building trust, you're creating emotional intimacy, you're giving your spouse a roadmap to understand and love you more effectively. Marriage becomes healthier when both people stop expecting mind reading and start practicing honest conversation. The strongest couples aren't the ones who magically understand everything. They're the ones who keep talking, keep listening, and keep learning each other over time. If you've been carrying disappointment because your spouse isn't meeting expectations you've never communicated, consider having that conversation, not with blame, not with criticism, but with honesty and grace. Your spouse may not be a mind reader, but they can be an incredible partner when they're given the chance to understand what matters most to you. A healthier marriage often begins with one simple sentence: "Can I share something that's been on my heart?" Healthy relationships grow through understanding, patience, and honest communication. Whether you're rebuilding connection or strengthening an already healthy marriage, remember that meaningful conversations create deeper bonds. Let your conversation always be full of grace. Colossians 4:6. May your home be filled with wisdom, compassion, understanding, and love. Thank you for being part of the Honest Exchange community. If this message encouraged you, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who may need to hear it. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever expected your spouse to know what you needed without telling them? What did you learn from that experience? Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next conversation here on The Honest Exchange.